The Joker is the card that is the joke, right? And there's nothing though that really cracks a very serious scenario than a joke, right? So that's kind of like why the Joker is more powerful than God, because the Joker can always crack a joke. And why everybody can be like, oh, serious, like God, oh my goodness, we're going to all get destroyed. Then the Joker can come and crack a joke and just change the frequency of everything. Okay. So this is just changer. So you don't have gods of death. You have gods of transmutation. So all these archetypes are just, they're transmuting us as elements. But there is one more phase beyond the Joker, obviously. Like actually there's quite a few phases, but there's like, let's say the opposite of Joker, because people don't realize the Joker is God. That's why the Joker is the jackal. The jackal is the dog. The dog is wet wa wet, which is basically Ra, right? It's the front eye, meaning the sun god, but the one facing this direction. So that's how the whole thing is about the whole sun god and all of that and what that's all about. This place is even called Lycanopolis. It's like actually where what Heliopolis was originally called. So there's a deep connection. But remember, that's the beginning. So there's a deep connection. This being has the power to transmute, is weighing souls or weighing hearts by the scales, and it's bringing beings back to life. This is all the jackal, the Joker's role. And it's doing this all in the reality, and almost to the point where it doesn't even know what it's doing, because it's also kind of like crazy in that way. So that's the backside of God. That's God's shadow. Okay. So the front side actually is really serious. So because the Joker is a joke, the front side is really serious. And so I can just explain very briefly how you know how this energy works. If you've ever been on any journeys before, if you get administered a little too much medicine, or the medicine starts kicking in really strong on you, it goes from I can handle it to something very serious, where you start actually thinking, is this it for me? Especially if some stuff starts coming out of the field and all that, like you just end up in this very scary kind of serious mode. But in there though, most of the knowledge is learned, right? Because if they're cracking jokes, some stuff is learned, but not a lot. But in the serious, you're going to learn something from that, right? If you make it out of that, that's going to give you wisdom and experience. But see, you have to be free with these energies. That's why they have that Hiroko. I think they call it the Hiroko. This is the shamans that there's the joking side. Because see, the reality is that we all would balance each other by, yo, you be the Joker so I can be serious. All right. Or I want to be joking this time, so you be serious. And then it would really work for us. That's what they call the change of guard when it was done perfectly. It's like you would get so like already over with being what you were, you would be ready to exchange your position for another position, and then someone else would come into your place. And that's how you would have experiences. Now, how the beings are working is they stay in their positions, they gain all the experience, and they use that as their power. But the problem is that they don't have that flexibility, right? And so that's really what this is all about. That's what this new movement, if you want to call it that, is really about, is about having the flexibility to be able to tap into the divine feminine and masculine, the Joker and the serious, the marketing and the metaphysics, basically being able to bring the marriage, because the marriage has already happened. And that's what I brought on my recent show. The marriage is happening, but many people are going through fights, arguments, the divor. Look at the word divor. Man, that's a really crazy word. Like if I ever wanted to name a demon, I'd name him Divor. Hey, Divor. Look, it means to tear apart and to suck down. Damn. And that it describes the energy. It really describes, like I said, with the whole division thing, that is the whole thing. Because see, when we're together, what's really happening? We're building a web. We're building like a raft. We're building a boat. We're building an ark. That's what happens when we come together. So then all of that, the chasm, it's like this huge, all of this, it's like, it looks like a drain, but we're building this net and these large ships in the drain, powerful enough to propel out of the drain. And so I just want to encourage everybody here on the line to stay encouraged, because, that's how it works. The drain literally it feels like your energy is drained. You know, a lot of people around are sad. It does really feel like walking through sludge because they're in an illusion. Everything that I just explained to you gives you facts why they will never find love. Think about it. That's why they say the Joker is also connected to the Cupid, who's also February 26th, which is basically the day of the turning of the equinox. The turning of the equinox, excuse me, it's other holidays. But basically what this is about, it's like a false love. And it just becomes like a joke. It's like, are you serious? This is love? This is a joke. And that's what it's really meant. Because comedy is also tragedy, right? Like that's how that whole smile now, cry later thing came about. Because think about the Joker, if he doesn't make a transition, or it doesn't make a transition, it's a masculine force, but a female can have it. If it doesn't make a transition, this smirk becomes painted on the Joker's face, but that's not how the Joker feels, right? Think about what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is if we don't grow up, if we don't get into this higher stage of our wisdom, even like people that play all the time, people who are still in the club, it starts to become like that smile and that fun starts to become like their grimace. It starts to become what is holding them back and what is the dark cloud over their lives. So these are the metaphors. These are the blueprints. And it gives you a key directly to yourself. When you get wise, that's when you start putting the childish things away. You start putting the Joker box away. Now, remember the Joker box. Monkey chase the weasel. Pop goes the weasel. Right? And this is the children's toy with the Joker box. So who's the Joker? And why is he in a box? And why is it a certain amount of turns until he pops out?